Gina, it's an honor to speak with you today, really.
Thank you. I love Appetite for Destruction. Is that kind of a take on the Guns N' Roses?
It is. And you know what? Maybe I'll come up with the segment Appetite for Distraction, because it's Appetite for Distortion, but you can call it whatever you want. That's fine, Gina.
Distortion. I was like, destruction. And I was like, wait a second. Appetite for Distortion.
Yes.
Great. I like that. I like that name.
Thank you. And I'll ask you about your GNR tie after, because I'm excited because I watched your new movie Rifkin's Festival yesterday. And I mean, when the main character, Sean Wallace, said, I'm a middle-class Jew from the Bronx, and I'm a middle-class Jew from Queens, I just felt like I'm, almost personally attacked right there. I was watching my movie, in a way.
Are you in Queens right now?
Yeah.
Up a storm there right now?
It's currently, I'm looking outside my window, and it's starting to come down a little bit.
And look, you have Slash behind you. I see a picture of Slash, speaking of appetite.
Yeah.
Destruction.
Yeah, and I know. Again, I know you played with him. Believe it.
Can you believe I played with Guns N' Roses?
I mean,
it's crazy.
You know what? If you want, because I wanted to talk about the movie first, since we're...
No, we should talk about the movie. I'll get, we got to talk about the movie. Then we can talk about anything.
Okay. I mean, because I only got you for 7 minutes. I mean, anyone would be appreciated with 7 minutes with Gina Gershon, but I got to make the best of my time. Sorry. So what, if you can tell, since I watched it, but if you can tell my listeners what it's about, if they haven't heard of it yet.
In short, since this is the 7-minute version, it's really about a couple who've been together for quite some time. Me and Mort and Sue, me and Wally. And it's really about a couple who love each other, and he seems to be stuck where he is, and she seems to keep wanting to grow and be inspired by other people. And, they're growing apart, yet they love each other. They go to the San Sebastian Film Festival. He kind of falls in love with this Spanish woman, and I kind of fall for my French director. And how do you deal with that? And all seen through the eyes of, Mort's vision of he loves old movies, and we're at a film festival. So, he fantasizes through scenes of Godard and Bergman and Fellini and Truffaut in, a very Woody Allen-esque way. I've never spoken better Swedish in my life. I was quite pleased with that.
And of course, I meant Wallace Shawn, Inconceivable.
I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm muted.
Wait.
I'm muted. Now I'm unmuted.
Oh, now I can hear you.
I'm unmuted. Yeah, sorry. I had to tell my fiance to get the cat off the mixer while this was happening, so I had to mute myself.
Oh, my God. My cat loved my old cat when I was mixing my album a long time ago. And I was mixing it at Matt Sorum's place when they were doing Velvet Revolver.
Okay.
And my cat would go, and I would record, and he would change the whole board. And the next day they'd be like, who moved this board? And my cat insisted on being in the room when they were playing, and he would change I think he was a producer in a past life. It was so funny.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
So what I was saying, that I meant Wallace Shawn. Inconceivable, I messed that up. Of course, reversing the names, because he's such a legendary actor, and this was just a great cast. But since you've been mentioning it, of course, like Appetite for Distortion, a chance. I mean, I could talk to you so many about your roles. You were brilliant in Curb. You were brilliant in Face Off. So many different things. But not everyone knows that you're a singer, and you played essentially with Velvet Revolver, Guns N' Roses. You did something with them back in 2003, and I was actually just watching. It's online. You can watch it on YouTube if people haven't seen it. Can you just talk a bit?
Wait, you could watch. You're not when I played with Guns N' Roses the first time. Maybe if that's online, I would like to see that. That came about. I did a movie that I would really love for people to see, but I don't know what platform it's on. I think it's not showing. It was called Pray for Rock and Roll.
Okay.
You should see that. It's way up your alley. And it's really about the true story about this punk rocker who never quite made it, Sherry Love Dog. And I played and I sang live throughout the whole movie. And in order to promote it, I had to, they said at Sundance, they said, hey, why don't you play some of the songs? I'm like, I don't have a band. Next thing I know, I saw Matt Sorum, who I had known. I said, Matt, I need to put together a band. And they were just putting together Velvet Revolver. And he said, well, I'll play for you. And I just met Slash. He goes, I'm sure Slash will also. He goes, let's just ask Duff, who I didn't know. And I'm like, really? within 2 hours, I'm like, okay, guys, I've got a band. It's called Guns N' Roses. So just have them come out to Sundance. I had no idea what I was in for. And I played live. It was the first real band I played guitar with and sang, and we had a blast. I was like, whoa, the power behind me playing. I was like, oh my God, so much fun.
Yeah, that was at the Sundance Film Festival in 2003. That's online.
Wait, there is? I've never seen it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, I don't know how active you are on Twitter. I tagged you on it when I was promoting you comments. So yeah, the whole thing is online. So I mean, it's kind of a random.
Oh my God, I'm terrible on Twitter. You know, I realize I haven't even put this. I'm much more of an Instagram girl.
Okay.
And I'm sometimes I haven't even Twitter. I'm terrible at. Just
a random, just to ask, because I know I got another minute. Did they ever ask you when they were searching for a singer to be when Scott? I mean, of course, before he passed, when they just broke up, to replace him in Velvet Revolver, because they were looking for different lead singers. So I'm just curious if you just jammed with them for fun, or if it ever became kind of serious.
Oh, no. There's a band called Camp Freddy. Right. When I played with the Guns N' Roses guys, it was before they had found Scott.
Okay.
They were looking. No, I thought Scott was perfect, you know, with them. I think if anything, like Linda Perry would have been incredible, but she didn't want to sing anymore. You know, weirdly enough, as much as I love singing rock and roll and it's fun, I mean, when I started writing my own music and it was more country blues, and then I just did a jazz show at the Carlisle. I mean, I could do a couple of those shows, but I don't know if I'd want to make that my whole life, to be honest. And they didn't ask. Let's be honest. If they asked, I probably would have said, yeah. Like,
Okay. Well, in the meantime, we got plenty of, your movies to watch. So thankfully, maybe it's the blessing in disguise. We get to see you in amazing roles like Rifkin's Festival. So just again, thank you for your time. I know you got to run. Yeah. I hope we get to do this again.
Thank you. Me too. Thank you so much. Check out that movie. You'll like it.
I will. Absolutely.
If you can find it.
I'll look. Gina told me to look for it. I'm going to look for it.
And then you know what? I did a tour afterwards through IFC. It's called Rocked with Gina Gershon. So it was my own little documentary I made, having an actress selling a musical thing, but I was doing concerts throughout the country, and it's pretty funny.
I mean, it's
basically how independent movies get made and they're never shown. That's what it turned out to be.
Right. Okay.
But I play with girls against boys in that.
So next time, we'll talk about that next time.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.